Hey guys, GMX here. In today's video I'll be showing you how to make a jig for making hexagons. First you're going to make some gliders. These gliders are going to fit on the underside of the jig and slide up and down your table saw. Just make sure your height and your width of these gliders are the same as that slider in the table saw. Now cut the top piece of your jig, which is going to be 14 by 14 square. After you do this, do a little test fit to make sure that everything is nice and plumb and square, and you'll be set to go. Go ahead and put down some tape and roll it up so that you can place the flat piece on the rails and make sure it's guided well and make sure it slides back and forth before you secure the top piece. To secure the gliders to the base of the jig, you want to make sure you do pilot holes first. This way you don't split the wood. Here we'll be using some wood countersunk screws to make sure that the gliders can move freely in the positions on the table saw. Be sure to like and subscribe to see future projects. I'm actually going to be using these hexagons I'm making to make some mahogany dice trays, so be sure to subscribe for that. Now you cut the guideline to make sure that you have zero clearance there so that when you make your cuts on your hexagons, it's nice and clean. Now that we're making a hexagon jig, we want to make sure we use a 120-degree angle because that is the angle between each of the sides of the hexagon. And then you measure out the length of your sides of your hexagon and then pencil that in. The first mark you make needs to be exactly the length of the sides you want. The second one can be just for reference and can go as long as you want. Now you're going to want to cut 3 pieces of scrap wood. One of them needs to be the width that you want one of your sides of your hexagon to be, and then put that on the first drawn mark you made, and then the other pieces will go on the other side. Now you want to glue down 2 of the 3 pieces as shown here, and I'll show you why here in a second. I recommend using hot glue here, as you can then remove it later on if you need to use this jig for something else. If you guys enjoy gaming, be sure to subscribe to my second channel, GMX Games. I'll leave a link in the little card up above. As you can see while we're trying it out, you can see that that second piece that we put down, the one we did not glue down, needs to be removed for you to make your first cut. This first cut actually makes your angle, your first angle on your first hexagon. Now rotate your piece counterclockwise and you will see that once you get this first cut, you need to put in your second piece, and then you just rotate your piece each time, each cut, and keep going with that, and you'll make yourself a nice little hexagon. Another use, you can also take this jig, take off the 2 pieces that you glue down, and use it for another sliding jig for whatever you need. Now that you've made this jig, you can make hexagons to your heart's desire. Be sure to stay tuned and subscribe to the channel because I will be using these hexagons for a project later on. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys have a good one. See you next time. Bye.